All right, my friends, I am back. I returned to serve. I just wanted to check in. We haven't talked about Dwarf Fortress in a quick minute, and there have been some updates. I actually got a big enough patch when I launched the new 50 plus version of Dwarf Fortress in Steam that the patch took a few minutes and I actually had to reboot and stuff. And a lot of new additions, and some things I'm really, really excited about. Some things are really, really cool. Here's the headline. So warm rock and damp rock digging is now enabled and automated in Dwarf Fortress, which is huge. So, if you've played this game for any amount of time, if water is touching a rock or if magma is touching a rock, it will become warm or damp respectively, and then the game will really aggressively try to fight you on digging through it, because in the past and in basically all major traditional versions, the idea being that it double and triple checks with you to make sure you don't either flood something by digging through a wall and letting a river or an ocean in, or that you don't do the same thing with a sea of magma. But so now there are actually options, and you'll see me use these, where you can tell it, you can say, okay, from now on, we're going to dig through magma. I know it says it's hot. And that really, so if you've played for any amount of time, you also know that although it is a very helpful safety feature, it is also incredibly frustrating because you're constantly trying to fight through it. Say, for example, if you're working with an aquifer, every stone is going to be marked as damp. And so sometimes it's even important. You want to dig straight through. You want to quickly say, I know that water is going to start trickling in, but we have to dig fast. We have to dig quickly through this. So then, in previous versions, you had to babysit. And you had to tell it yes, I know you found another damp rock. You dug one stone and now you found another damp stone. Please also dig through that one. And you have to really sit there and insist that it finishes the task for you. So it has been added. So let me also give a little caveat. If any of this information, if your version doesn't reflect this, it may be because I have DF Hack installed as well. That is free. It is available through Steam. It is so easy to include that I honestly now, when I'm talking about Dwarf Fortress and DF Hack, I kind of consider them one entity, even though you have to get them both separately in Steam. There's really not too much point at this point to having Dwarf Fortress for Steam installed without having DF Hack installed. So it is possible that DF Hack has gotten so good. That's one of my bullet points, is DF Hack is so good now. It's always getting better. Honestly, that dev team deserves all the kudos in the world. As awesome as Dwarf Fortress is, DF Hack is always rising to the challenge, always meeting those new versions, and always making sure that they have things working and fixed and ready, and even adding a lot of quality of life improvements. So I am honestly not sure. I haven't checked exactly to see how much of this damp and warm digging is in the current version. It seems to be in the core version of Dwarf Fortress, but I apologize. If any of it is actually from DF Hack, then attribute that to my recommendation for new DF Hack, which is really awesome. But so you can now dig every time it finds a warm or a damp stone. It asks you, are you sure? And you can tell it yes. In this, that exists as normal, but you can also toggle on, you can tell it everything that I've distinguished, do not check again, just dig through it. You can also toggle anything that I've distinguished and anything that I will distinguish in the future that is then found to be warm or damp, still dig through it. And those, of course, are dangerous. You might flood or magma flood something, but it's to be used at your discretion. It's an advanced tool. And if you're like me, if you've been playing for years, this is a huge relief. This is a huge bonus, because now you can actually dig effectively through aquifers. This footage we're showing is my new, I haven't even talked about the new map I'm playing yet. I'm doing a sparse mineral embark, and it really is different. I think in earlier versions, you would have medium average mineral, and then at some point in the Steam mineral distribution is what I meant to say. So in pre-version 50, the average was, it would set average mineral distribution. And then in the Steam versions, it actually defaults to minerals everywhere to just make things more fun, more easy. And I've liked that. I've been using that in all my videos you've seen. I'm using minerals everywhere, because unless you're in the mood for that, it's not that fun to hunt like that. But in this case, I was in the mood, so I actually set it to sparse. And boy, oh boy, is it sparse. I'm still finding gems everywhere. So this fortress is going to be like a big gem fortress. You can also see, so you see how a lot of my floors are flooded, but they're not too flooded. And so that's an example of where I was using this new tool, because the aquifer is very heavy, but it's heavy in a way which is awesome. You can actually see, so I haven't used Dwarf Fortress to affect the happiness of any of my dwarves, and all of my dwarves are happy, because as soon as they get in this fortress, they are constantly getting hit with waterfall. Basically, the main hallway, the main passage that all dwarves have to go through to get from the surface down into other areas, they're getting hit by a waterfall about 6 times, because it's basically just a gentle aquifer, which is generating water adding it to the pool, and then that pool is just kind of like gently pooling down towards, over like 6 Z levels or something. It's pooling down towards the edge there where it flows off. So no dwarves are in danger of drowning. Even if a tile does get up to 3 or 4, the dwarf gets a little bit of a fright and then some swim experience, and then, it resolves and they can stand again. So all my dwarves are passively being trained for swimming, and are also constantly getting waterfall mood improvements. So even though I don't even have too many amenities like nice food, nice dining rooms, nice bedrooms, they are just like, they are getting so much waterfall therapy that they're just loving life. And I really haven't hacked the moods at all in this one. That is genuinely, dwarves just love it because there's this gorgeous, gorgeous multi-stage, multi-layer waterfall in this fortress. But so what was I saying? Oh, so we're having to dig pretty deep for minerals because they really are sparse. When they say sparse, they mean it. And so it does turn out that minerals are distinct from gems. I wasn't clear on that, but I've confirmed it experimentally now. So my dwarves have lots and lots of gems, as you'll see in the stockpiles, and we're trading that for metal now. We're talking to the outpost liaison, and we're telling them, bring us metals, and in the meantime, we'll find what we can. We found a little bit of gold, so we're making things out of gold, but gold is soft. It's not good for weapons or armor. So that may be another thing that's contributing to the mood, is every dwarf has gold stuff, is drinking from a gold goblet, is wearing gold jewelry. This reminds me, and I don't think we'll be synced up on the video, but I am pulling up dwarves, and you'll see that one of the changes that, since the last time I checked in, is that the dwarves now have close-up portraits, which I am honestly not sure that I like, because it kind of draws attention to the fact that a lot of the dwarves still kind of look the same. I know in adventure mode, they added a lot of like distinguishing features. They kind of did like a new portrait mode for adventure mode, where when you click on a character, it's zoomed in on their face and it shows a lot of the details that are procedurally generated based on their appearance. And that's cool, but you'll see as I pull up dwarves in mine, they're all like various shades from pasty white to like medium tan, and they're all bald, and they don't have very interesting beards. And so like, I'm not sure, maybe I'm not playing right, maybe I need to get them cooler armor, but like, I like the older version where you could see their whole body, because they kind of had like bodies and armor sets that would imply like what job they were doing. It gave each one more character. I'm not sure that, at least in the current stage, that I like the close-up portraits. Maybe when they add more details, that'll prove to be like a really cool thing, but I liked when they were zoomed out and you could see the whole dwarf, and it kind of implied more about, you could see their beard, you could see what they were wearing, and it kind of implied more about their whole deal. Whereas now it's kind of like the same picture of a guy. Sometimes he has like eyebrows or a beard or a little hair pasted in, but they don't seem that different. So honestly, I don't like the portrait change, at least for now. We'll see if they change that. Let me just look at my notes and see what else I have. DF hack greater than ever. Seriously, if you were playing on Steam and you don't have DF hack installed, it is free, it is easy, it is also through Steam. Please just do that. It's going to improve your game 1,000 times, because it's going to make it like an engine where you can do whatever you want. And it's always getting easier. That's the other thing too. So like adding liquids and things used to be really hard. You used to kind of have to learn a programming language in DF hack to do it. Now there's like GUIs, graphical user interfaces. So you can like search. That's the other thing. Let me talk about this. So the search function in Dwarf Fortress is kind of bad, where if you type in a string and it's not like the beginning of the string. So like if I want to say like smelt gold, inside DF hack, it will find that. It'll find everything. It'll bring you every wildcard related to, smelting gold. But the actual Dwarf Fortress client itself is terrible about that, and it will only accept strings that are letter for letter exactly the string it's looking for from the beginning. So like if you want to say smelt gold, you have to say smelt native gold ore. You have to remember what that command is and type it in exactly right, or just type in smelt and then look and find it. DF hack is kicking Dwarf Fortress, the main client's ass in general, of like where you can search anything and it'll bring you anything related to that. So like now you'll see in this footage I have like a magma forge right on the surface, because I dug a pit and I use the liquids GUI. So you just go into DF hack, you type in liquids, and then it'll bring you everything related to that. You can use the traditional liquids thing where you have to know coding, or you find the GUI with a graphical user interface and you literally just click magma into your map. It's incredible. So anyway, let me just check my notes, see if I have anything else. Closer portraits, I don't like those. We talked about that. Here's just something interesting I realized from this map. So I have a brook, and leave in the comments if you know what the difference is functionally of a brook versus a river, because I always thought like rivers are deep and brooks are shallow. though, but the brook I'm on is a brook, so dwarves can walk right across it. They don't need a bridge or anything. It counts as like water they can walk across, but underneath it is actually 7-7 water. So it's like, it's weird. It's like a deep river with like a meniscus that is technically defined as a brook. So the dwarves just walk right across the surface. Let me know if you've ever run into that, and if there's any exploits or anything useful that you can do with that, because it's nice. I mean, I don't have to build bridges. The dwarves don't drown, but they are technically like walking on ice above 7-7. But it's not ice. They can fish through it as well. It's counted as brook, so it's defined at the top of the map as shallow, but it's not shallow. It's 7-7 underneath. And I think that is all that I have. I did just want to check in with y'all, let you know I love you, and I haven't forgotten you. Still playing Dwarf Fortress. Playing a lot of FromSoft games these days. One commenter in the last video was like, the video had nothing to do with Noita, but the comment was just, play more Noita, and that got to me, and I was like, maybe I should play more Noita. So leave it in the comments. You know, I'm always looking for new ideas, just trying to make videos. So the YouTube algorithm is probably gonna actually read this and put it word for word and maybe even deprioritize my video because I've said this, but I'm not sure about YouTube as a platform in the future just because they're so aggressively trying to force ads down people's throats. If you ever get an ad on one of my videos, I still don't get paid for that. They pocket all of that. And so I'm honestly looking for more new venues to keep practicing my video making and stuff like that. And I don't know, now I'm sharing too much. I'm thinking out loud. I don't even know if I want more subscribers now. I made myself sad. But if you did like this video, please feel free to like or comment or subscribe. That all helps in the algorithm, and I've trained myself to say that now. And yeah, I'll still, you know, YouTube is still the best game in town, so I'll be around. And yeah, I'm glad to catch in with everybody. I look forward to seeing the comments and to chatting with everyone.